Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I'm Meteorologist Autumn Robertson. I hope you guys enjoyed your 4th. It was a really nice one, especially in the morning. It was hot too, huh? It was a hot day. Compared to the weekend, we had those clouds. We had a little bit more of that rain, cold air to work with, so it wasn't aggressively hot this weekend. That was nice, but we made up for that heat. It came back just in time for the 4th. We have another round of it on the way today, but first you can see outside, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous start. St. Pete Beach looking postcard perfect. Once again, this morning, a lot of people taking advantage of how gorgeous it is out there already today. We do have another round of showers and storms on the way. So if you have any questions, please let me know. We're going to talk about tropics too. Let me tell you right now, it's pretty quiet today, which is nice. Hopefully it can stay quiet for a little bit longer. A break is always nice, but we're going to dig into that as well. So once again, any questions, throw them in the comments section below. Let me know where you're watching from too, and let me know if you can hear me just fine, just clearly on this beautiful Tuesday morning. All right. Current temperatures, nice and toasty already, but you all know that. We're in those upper 80s, already 90s in some spot, 91 in Wesley Chapel, 89 in Tampa, and it's a muggy day. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Today, tomorrow, the next few days are going to be those typical Florida-like days where we're going to see some really hot temperatures in the afternoon and pretty high humidity, 74 degrees. That's our dew points. That puts us in that oppressive range. So temperatures today will climb into those lower to mid 90s once again, but it's going to feel more like triple digits. That's where our heat index will land once again as we get into the afternoon. So coupled with that high humidity, you're really going to feel that heat later on today. Now, we could have some rain, cold air on the way. That would be very helpful. And we are expecting a few showers as we get into the afternoon and evening. I'm thinking it's not going to be a really widespread coverage today, but scattered showers will certainly be possible as we get into the afternoon and evening. Not really right now, though. You can see a few showers offshore on both shores, really. East Coast, West Coast, nothing here locally at this time. That easterly flow is a pretty typical flow for us this time of year. That will help to drive a few more scattered showers and storms towards the coast as we get into the afternoon and evening. And a few of those showers will kind of start inland. You can see those spotty showers off on the eastern coast of Florida at this time. That will grow a little bit more as they push towards Polk County, Hardy, DeSoto, and Highlands County. And then we can get some development closer to our beaches as we get into the rest of the afternoon and evening. So another round of that on the way today. We are working with some just very slightly drier air, which is why we may not see much widespread coverage across the area. But definitely a good chance that you'll have a shower or a storm in your neighborhood today. Here's a wider look across the southeast. You can see Florida's looking very Florida-like, a lot of moisture to work with, those scattered showers around town. You can see some moisture pushing into parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, the coast there, the panhandle, so some heavy rain for them. Localized heavy rain, not significantly heavy. But looking like summertime across the country here. Zooming into the Great Lakes, you can just kind of see the system blowing off of out of Ohio and into some parts of the eastern seaboard there. So some rain is in store over Pennsylvania, West Virginia today. Some potentially severe weather too. Just kind of want to show you guys around the country. Some activity almost everywhere today, but yeah, here is pretty quiet for now, but we will be watching out for the radar, excuse me, as we get into the next couple of hours here as activity can get a little more, as it can get a little more active. Diana said I had a question. I live about a half a mile from the coast. Every day there is rain all around. We never get any. Everything is crispy. Why is that? And you know, that's kind of a tough question to answer. We do have scattered showers. So sometimes your neighborhood just does not get the rain. It's not necessarily because there's anything significant that is blocking the rain, but the way these storms set up, I used to be one of those areas. I live relatively close to the coast too, and there'll be some weeks where storms would fire up and set up all around the coast, but there'll just be one spot that doesn't get the rain and it just skips right over my house, and then the rest of the coast gets those showers and storms. So it's definitely a bit more of like a probability situation when it comes to these scattered showers and storms. So when we have 60% chance of rain, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to get rain. There's a good chance that you will at your home, but it's really hard every single day to pinpoint exactly which neighborhoods are going to get those heavy downpours. Sometimes with a particular setup, you may not get those showers and storms to form. It really just depends on where those sea breezes meet every single day and where that convection really does form and fire up. And sometimes it just doesn't happen over your neighborhood. But in these cases, when we have a southeasterly or easterly flow, the sea breeze kind of sets up in the same place, depending on how strong the winds are. So usually every day, we have more of an easterly flow or southeasterly flow, kind of what we had over the last few days. The same areas get the same types of downpours, and then there's some areas that could be really close to the rain, really close to the storms, that the rain just skips over every day. It used to be one of my homes, so it happens. You just got to cross your fingers and hope that you do get a downpour. Now, when we have rain chances closer to 90%, 100% for the entire area, that is a good indication that you will get some rain at your home. But in these types of situations, they may skip over your home every single day. It happens, and it's really unfortunate, especially if you need that rain for your yard. So hopefully today, Diana, you get some better shots, or even this week, get some better shots of rain. Even as you get into Wednesday, our rain chances go up a little bit more, depending on where you are. You said you're at the coast, but we have a pretty long coast, so oh, he says Tarpon Springs. Okay, sorry, I'm just now seeing that. Yeah, Tarpon sometimes, it just really depends. It could be everywhere around Tarpon Springs that gets rain except your home. And that's just the nature of living in Florida this time of year for rainy season. Sometimes you get the rain, and some days you can go days and days and days and days without getting rain. It really just depends on where those sea breezes meet and where those outflow boundaries, those collisions form after storms have developed and they fall apart. You get more storms to form. Is really just kind of playing a game here, watching the radar to see what area is going to get the rain at that time, depending on where those collisions meet up. So it's really hard to pinpoint that sometimes. So I'm sorry you didn't get a lot of rain, but yeah, crossing my fingers that you get some this week. Hey, Catherine from Fredericksburg, Virginia. I was actually just looking over there on our satellite radar. Hey, Steph. Hey, Polly. How's it going? So yeah, it's a pretty typical Florida-like week ahead. Even as we get into the weekend, closer to Friday into Saturday, those rain chances pull back a little bit. I know I've been on this graphic for a little bit, so I don't have to really describe it, but you can kind of see how rain chances become a bit more heavily scattered as we get into Wednesday. There's actually a tropical wave moving in here, nothing that we're really focusing on in the tropics. There's no areas to watch, but more tropical moisture is pushing in here as we get into the middle of the week. That should help to support more scattered showers. Hopefully, Diana, it's going to be your day to get a little bit of rain before we head into Friday and Saturday, and we kind of dry out just a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to be a completely dry day, but rain chances, the coverage definitely goes down a bit more as we get closer to the weekend. So that's something to look forward to if you really want to head out to the beach this week. I had friends in town. We did manage to get out to the beach, but it was late because throughout the afternoons, it was just kind of hard to get out there and beat the rain. So this end of the weekend looks like, or kind of approaching the weekend here, Friday into Saturday, looks like a good bet that we can get outside and not have to dodge as many showers. But here's the play-by-play. This is how the rest of the day is going to look. This is 6 o'clock. Actually, let's go further back here. So showers will start out as early as the next hour. Here's 1 o'clock. You can see a few showers forming at the coast. Pretty much all of the coastal areas from Pinellas County northward has a good shot of some rain today. This afternoon, early afternoon through the evening. And then these showers will continue to move inland. So around 6 to 7 to 8 o'clock, kind of that time frame there. Polk County all the way down to Manatee, some parts of Hardy DeSoto County could get a little downpour here too. Those typical sea breeze-like showers before a few of those showers and storms bounce back towards the coast later on that night, 8 o'clock, and then they dissipate. So inland showers are more possible around 4 to 6 to 7 o'clock tonight. And then there's another round of showers and storms that are possible for some parts of the coast, not the entire coast, but some parts of the coast later on this evening, around 8 to 9. And then overnight we dry up and we start all over again for your Wednesday. Wednesday morning looking to be pretty decent. And then you can see a few of those showers trying to form. And some of these showers could be a little slower moving with the steering flow that we have in place, kind of like yesterday and the day before. The showers popped up and they kind of stuck around for a little while. That's possible for Wednesday's showers and storms as well. They'll start out as early as 1 to 2 o'clock, spotty, nothing too significant at that time. But then with the daytime heating, they'll intensify a little bit more as we get into 4 to 5 o'clock around commute time, and then they'll fall apart. Those showers and storms will quiet all down. The atmosphere will stabilize a bit more as we head into our overnight hours, and then we start all over again. So a very lather, rinse, repeat situation. Storms mainly in the afternoon, lasting through your early evening hours, and overnight we're nice and quiet. Here's our extended future cast. So you see your Wednesday here, a few showers pushing towards the coast. Heavy downpours possible as we get into 8 to 9 o'clock on Wednesday. Keep that in mind if you have any nighttime plans. Then they push offshore. We're done. Thursday, a very similar situation. Okay, the day off with mostly dry skies. You see that? Storms firing up and pushing towards the coast. We do it all over again as we head into Friday. With Friday looking to be a little drier, just a touch drier compared to Thursday. But we had to get there because, of course, things can change. But for now, we're trending for a little less coverage as we welcome in the weekend here. So the rain pretty much every single afternoon. Temperatures, yeah, that is going to be one of the main weather stories this week too. Now the weekend really wasn't that bad. It really wasn't because of the clouds and of course that rain cooled air. This week though, kind of like yesterday, if you were outside yesterday, you knew how hot it was, especially around 3 to 4 o'clock. Oh my goodness, it was awful. This week we have pretty much the same type of heat on the way. So today, high temperatures, mid-90s, but of course coupled with that humidity, it's going to feel more like triple digits. That's going to last throughout the rest of the week, especially if we don't get a lot of those showers and storms to fire up early on throughout the day, which most of the rain is going to be approaching us by the afternoon and evening. So it's going to allow for temperatures to really climb in the morning before we get any type of relief from any rain by the afternoon. So mid-90s throughout much of the week. So our normal high temperature was 91 degrees. We'll be a little above that throughout the entire week here. And yeah, not really changing much in temperatures. The temperatures really don't vary too much. No roller coaster type of week for us temperature-wise. Talking about tropics now, tropics is pretty quiet, which we are very thankful for. So no development is expected over the next 5 days for the Atlantic Basin. Just waiting for this to load here, which is good. But we did have some, activity, over the last couple of days with Bonnie and the storm that fired up along the eastern seaboard. It's not even a storm anymore, it dissipated. But it was very quick. Great flat. Trying to get back to this one here. So you can see out in the tropics, there are some waves out there in the coast of Africa that we're going to have to keep our eye on. But in the sense of what the National Hurricane Center is monitoring, nothing here for the Atlantic Basin, which is great. So I do want to mention Bonnie though. It's just pushing out into the Pacific. This is what we were watching in the Atlantic Basin and made that jump over to the Pacific. Now a Cat 3 storm, look at that. But it's all the way out in sea. Of course, maritime people, boats, trade are going to have to keep their eye on it. But this isn't really going to be impacting any land anytime soon as it continues to push out to the west. So Hurricane Bonnie out there, strengthened as it headed out into the Pacific. It was struggling over here in the Atlantic. Other than that, not really much to worry about here, which of course can't ask for anything better. Tropical frequency increases a bit more as we head, of course, closer and closer into August. But for now, we're still kind of in that quieter season. And I know within the last couple of years, it just seems like June and July haven't really been too quiet, and thankfully it's been pretty quiet for us here, which is nice. We do have 3 named storms officially, but nothing has significantly impacted us for a long time. We had Alex that dropped a lot of rain through South Florida, caused some flooding problems, but really since then, just quiet, which is good. Here's hurricane frequency. Of course, the peak of the season is September 10th. We're nowhere near that right now. You can kind of see we're starting to get into that season where, or that time in the season, where this hurricane frequency graphic, you can see this, there's some, is increasing a little bit more. To the number of storms that we're going to see throughout the rest of the season, a little bit more, but it really, really peaks as you get into September. We have the warmest waters out there. That's just fuel for these storms. And of course, the waters are already pretty warm, especially in the Gulf of Mexico, but we haven't had anything to blossom yet, which is good. So we'll keep it at that. Keep our fingers crossed here. Hopefully the rest of the week is going to be just as quiet as today has been. And that's pretty much it for me, friends. I'm gonna wrap it up here. This was a pretty quick forecast. I'll be back later on this afternoon tracking whatever's on the radar. Hopefully it's not too much. Hopefully it's not gonna impact you. Hopefully our friends who haven't gotten any rain these last few days get some rains because, yeah, those yards can be a little crispy this time of year. And it's some jealousy there. It's like, why is everybody else's yard nice and pretty and green? They're getting all the rain. I'm not getting any of the rain. But if you haven't gotten rain the last few days, this is your week. All right, I'm hoping. No promises, but keeping the positive vibes here. I'll leave it back on the St. Pete Beach Camp where someone is parasailing. How cute. I love that. That's a great way to start a Tuesday. I'll leave it at that. I'll see you all later. You're welcome, Diana. And hi, Wilma. Good morning. I'm gonna say hi to everybody. All right, see you guys soon. Bye.